Beef Stew was traded, there were signs that he wanted out of Detroit, and then when the articles came out about his frustrations with the coaching staff and getting into heated arguments, that kind of confirmed to me he wanted out, he wanted a bigger role. He was fed up with what they were doing in Detroit, especially with his usage. Now we get an actual confirmation that that's all true. He was praying with his wife that he would be out of Detroit, finding a team that would value him. And to me, thinking of a player who everyone called the lifeblood of Detroit basketball, he was the player that brought Detroit basketball culture back. He doesn't care about that. He cared about the money, and he cares about his opportunity. Good for him. He can do whatever he wants to do. I'm not saying he has to sacrifice what he believes he can be for a team that just got out. But like I said, a team in mediocrity, having a player come out and say that I don't want to be a part of the winning culture, he wants to go somewhere where he can do more, that hurts because Memphis has been a little bit of a dumpster fire. He's going there. Obviously, they value him. He's going to play a big role in bringing them back to their grit and grind era. But looking at Detroit now, it's so apparent that he just wasn't a part of Trajan Langdon's vision and that he was slowly going to be phased out. We saw that with Paul Reed getting claimed. Paul Reed being, I believe, 26, 27 years old, but also providing something that the Pistons have needed off the bench in terms of scoring. I think when we got Paul Reed, nobody really expected him to be more than he was. But after that playoff run, you look at the contract, save a lot of money pivoting from Stu to Paul Reed, and it just makes sense numbers-wise. Analytically, we've talked about it. He's just an elite role player in terms of the analytics, and per 75, per 100, don't mean too much when you don't play too much, but they mean something. Like that's why they are that's why they're stats. That's why they exist. But it's a grain of salt. It makes me think about you really don't know players because with knowing what we've known about Stu, he would sacrifice things for this team, but it's not what he wanted to do. It wasn't his prerogative. Good for him. For Detroit, that's a scary feeling, especially when you have a lot of that money now locked up in Cade Cunningham. It's going to be Jalen Duren. Now with the Asar news, we're going to talk about that tomorrow, about his contract being closer to reality than fiction at this point. He can't be mad. There was the injury during the Magic series, which limited him in Cleveland, but I think that was a sort of pseudo way for Detroit to kind of say, okay, we're good. We're good. We don't really need you here. Like I said, Trajan Langdon's vision has never really involved Stu. From what I'm assuming, Trajan Langdon and J.B. Bickerstaff's vision didn't involve Isaiah Stewart in the long term. Like I said, the contract, you can replace that low. It's kind of funny because you pivot from Stu to Paul Reed because of that contract and the skill gap not being too big, yet you're probably going to have to pay Jalen Duren a big sum when the skill gap from him and his center probably 20 million less than what he's going to get could provide pretty similarly. No knock against JD. He is a phenomenal player, All-NBA, All-Star. He earned that. But how much different is it from, another player in that ballpark of the $15 million range?